episode with this beautiful song. Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Cherry Brown come for you? Tell me, what you gonna do, what you gonna do? Bad boys, with this beautiful. What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad grades, you go to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, you must get cool. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? As India are 61 for 3, as Ben Stokes bowls to Rahane, who takes a single. What you gonna do when they come for you? You check it on that one, you check it on this one, you check it on your mother, and you check it on your father, and you check it on your brother, and you check it on your sister. You check it on that one. You check it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? As India after 32.5 overs are 62 for 3 with Rohit on 27 and Rahane on 14. And remember, Kohli out for 0 and Pujara for 7. And this one played nicely but straight to mid-on ends the over 62 for 3 after 33 overs. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do when they come for you? Nobody now give you no break. Police now give you no break. Not soldier man give you no break. Not even you Ilran give you no breaks. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Why did you have to act so mean? Don't you know you are a human being, born of a mother with the love of a father? Reflections come and reflections go. I know sometimes you wanna let go. I know sometimes you wanna let go. I know sometimes you want to let go. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? So India are 62 for 3 after 33 overs. Of course, shocking that they're going at 1.9 runs per over to be precise as Rahane bats defense. And then an interesting conversation I was listening to among the pseudo commentators was that they were putting all their eggs in one basket, all the criticism in one basket. That because of 20 overs and 50 overs, players today don't focus on technique or defense as Rahane flicks past the fielder and this will be a boundary. So some aggression coming in and now this partnership quickly moving on to 25 runs and Rahane quickly moving on to 18 runs of 25 balls. Just the kind of momentum that was needed after looking at the way Pujara had gone into a shell off the back foot past the mid wicket. Had he taken the catch, you would have said poor shot. So, what's a poor shot in this sport? What's a good shot in this sport? Well, an interesting thing is the color of the ball may have changed. And at this point, the England team is seeing red. Yes, at 3 for 66 as Rahane defends after 33 and a half overs. And England made 205 runs yesterday. You may think that 205 looks like 400 plus as India were 40 for 3 after Kohli being dismissed. And then the creation around that goalie goes, the team collapses. It has happened before, but I think it's more on the pseudo experts part that if players like Kohli or in the past in the 14th century when Tanukar was batting, when he used to go then the team used to collapse. As so 18 or 25, well done. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? As Rahane defends, you are too bad, you are too rude, you are too bad, you are too rude. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You check it on that one, you check it on this one, you check it on your mother, and you check it on your father. As Leash gets ready for the final ball of the over, and Rahane plays this straight to short mid wicket. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You check it on that one, you check it on
It's
this one. You
11:50.
check it on your mother and you check it on your father. You check it on your brother and you check it on your sister. You check it on that one and you check it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? So, as I was reiterating, the pseudo experts in their pseudo conversations were putting all the eggs in one basket, saying that the blame game continued. Because of 20 overs and 50 overs, the batters are not patient. And because of the influence of the DRS or the doubtful review system, the batters are forced to put the pad first. And when the pad comes first, the umpire also influenced by what the computer generated tracking system is going to create. They also get influence. So is DRS good or DRS bad? Well, that's something which will be debated for centuries as long as this thing continues. Whether it's a good decision or a bad review. What is a bad review? Bad review is because of the bounce, or because it pitches outside leg, or because of technicalities like impact outside. Well, for naked eye, by naked eye I mean without the help of technology, the ball tracking system, and because the third umpire has the easiest job in the world, though it's not exactly easy because they have to be wide awake, because that review can come anytime, but then they have the benefit of replays. They have the benefit of multiple camera angles, which the umpires in the middle who stand like zombies, and the players out of which only two players are active at one point in time, as Dom Bess gets a chance. And talking about getting a chance, did the England team get their bowling order wrong? I think yes. They were, because they created a buffer in getting an extra batter. Their bowling lineup has been essentially reduced to Ben Stokes bowling more than he ever bowls, along with two fast bowlers, two spinners, or overall five bowlers, out of which two of them are all rounders if they have to be looked in that direction. Two semi One semi all rounder in Joe Root, one all rounder in Ben Stokes, and another semi all rounder in Dom Bess. So basically, they are reduced to just the four bowlers plus a quarter of a bowler in Joe Root. Yes, Joe Root picked up wicket in the last match. He got lucky, and that's how this sport is played. At 3 for 66, the contention will be 2 wickets for 40 runs. Partnership at this point vote 25 runs between Rohane and Rohit. Rohit batting on 27 of 102. How dare he? He's defended. He's not been aggressive. And then the debate comes: 20 overs, 50 overs, techniques, and whatnot. I mean, it's quite surprising. It's surprising that this debate has continued for generations. And then the big news: Virat Kohli out for zero, as if, and Rohit this time sweeps and gets one over the boundary. He had enough of a weight. He sweeps, and this successful sweep results in, I suppose, as the third umpire will check the multiple replays, but this one has been. And had he missed, it would have been a LBW, it's a boundary. It's a boundary. So bigger grounds, one of the more bigger grounds, the one in Gujarat. So it's a boundary. If it was a ground in Delhi, it would have gone into the car park. So that's the big difference between the ground here and the ground in Delhi. Well, had he missed, he would have been hit on the top of the pads, and the umpire would have said not out. England would have taken the doubtful review system, and he would have, and the ball would have said missing, going over the stumps. So and then it becomes even more dramatic as there's a bit of bounce, it hits something, but it goes past the fielder. No uh, backward short leg. Interesting thing about the sport is it becomes dramatic because even if it's a close call, there's a close run out, or the batsman hits a sweep shot, it hits the bat, but just the top of the bat, it splits the fielder in the boundary, and then the rest of the team puts their hands on their head, hands on their hips, and then the camera comes on them, and then everyone reacts, ooh, that was close. They give you this impression, the dramatics, the theatrics over, ooh, such a close call. Everybody goes up in unison, ooh, such a close call. The dramatics keep on rising, keep on rising. Well, it does baffle me a bit, but that's how this sport is played, and that's how the sport will be played. So at 3 for 70, which team is in a good position with this partnership now reaching 30 runs and James Anderson getting another ball? Well, he is 39 years old and he is a good bowler, and he's bowled 10 overs for 3 runs, but that's how you do in this particular format. But then the thing is, he doesn't have another fast bowler. He has to keep going to Anderson. And at 39, he is 39, but he's not a combat athlete. He is a cricket player. So the fitness required is different. If you are boxing at 39, there are different expectations. 4 minutes of boxing is equal to 1 over because you're running in, though you could be just throwing the ball from standing there and it won't make a difference. And now this could be that changing over. Anderson could get a wicket of the first ball. Varney could hit a few balls for fours, and straight away a bit of swing beats the bat, and that is why Anderson got a chance to bowl. Exactly for this reason. It completely squared Rahane. Bit of reverse swing completely beat him, despite there was a big gap between the bat and the pad, but the reactions of the batters, the bowlers, the fielders will be, ooh, just so close. All the pseudo commentators will come to this conclusion. Such a close call. The oohs and the ahs and the theatrics. Second ball, Rahane defends at 3 for 70. Well, I would say it's a 50-50 situation. India are only 135 runs away to be precise in this match. But there's Punt and the all-rounders to follow with Ashwin, Patel and Washington, along with Mohammad Siraj and Ishan Sharma, who can still bat. But if you are at 70 for 3, you would want Rahane and Rohit to take the score to 100, 120, reduce the lead. At 40 for 3, you thought India is done. This time Rahane flicks, and because of Rahane, a bit of momentum has come in as they come for a quick single and they complete the single. So with Rahane coming into the picture, runs have begun to flow. Well, then this means if this is the thing, then what I would do is I would, in the next innings, if the next inning happens, I would push Rahane to number 3 and I would push Pujara to number 5. Controversial decision doesn't matter. I would I would swap them. He's already made 20 of 32 because he doesn't have that kind of pressure that Pujara has, who has to bat slowly. He doesn't have the hype around him, which is Virat Kohli. So if you compare him to the retired guys, he's in that Lakshman sort of domain. Why? Because Lakshman didn't have any kind of pressure on him. Lakshman was a decent batter. He could score quick. There was no pressure, making runs and everything. Before him, there were Dravid and Tendulkar. Dravid batted slowly like Pujara. He could make 0 of 70 balls. Tendulkar, we know how the hype around Tendulkar is created, how everybody almost exploits the name of Tendulkar in the name of so many things. As Rahane pushes, but straight to Menon, no run. So yes, he's in that mold. Zero pressure. Even when he was a captain, he was replacing somebody. He wasn't the captain because he's good enough. He was the captain because the actual guy left for personal reasons. So 20 of 33, Kohli comes in. Everyone surrounds Kohli. Everyone starts putting him. And then, of course, when I saw the likes of Rohit, Kohli, and others defend the pitch, had they been not in this profession, this time flicked away over the fielder and he's gone in an aggressive mode. So 2 runs taken, ends the over at 4 for 73. So as I said, when I saw Ashwin and all the others and all his teammates defend the pitch or berate the pseudo experts or the retired experts, that why are you focusing on the pitch? Focus on the quality of the batters. If the batters are not good enough, pitch is irrelevant. If the bowlers are good, the pitch, even the worst of the pitch, can look wow. So when I saw them, they looked more like lawyers in a court rather than players on the ground. They have a good profession post retirement. They can take some correspondence course in this profession because they'll be great in the prosecution, but that's for later on. Back to the match, 3 for 74, and the same discussion comes again and again. The color of the ball can change, but the color of the batters go red. If they were pinked out here, they are seeing red, and that's the big difference. Let's take a short break. Welcome back after the break. So India are 3 for 75 with just 3 or 4 minutes to go for lunch. Though if you ask me, I never liked a 9:30 a.m. start. I always preferred a 10:30 a.m. start. As far as this is concerned, 9:30 a.m. looks real, well, it doesn't look good. Anyways, because the lunch time is 11:30. Who has lunch at 11:30? What is the logic of having lunch at 11:30? So 9:30 a.m. start, I'm not in favor. If I had to take over, I would have had a start at 11 a.m. and gone till 6:30 local time. Anyways, back to the match. So just 3.5 to 4 minutes left for lunch at 11:30. Keep swooning over it as Dom Bess bowls. Another good batter, another good bowler. And of course, the hype surrounding is that the media, the newspapers keep going back to Graham Swan and others as their obsession with Swan and Panesar doesn't end. If that was the case, why is Monty Panesar not here right now? He's 39, just like Anderson. Why is Graham Swan not playing? He's 42, and we are seeing people at 42 play tournaments as Rahane defends off the back foot. So 36 and a half overs. I think it's a 50-50 situation. And this obsession to give session pies, I would still give it 50-50 to both the teams. As Bess bowls to Rahane. Full toss and gone. 4 more. And this is the problem England are going to have. Bess is a good bowler, but he still needs experience. And if he keeps bowling these full tosses, if England had to choose an extra batter, they could have gone with someone like Chris Wokes. He could have given them that all-rounder spot, the third seamer, or they could have. It was a logical thing to do. They could have gone with Chris Wokes, would have been a better option than Dan Lawrence. Yes, 3 wickets have fallen, but England doesn't have that buffer or that thing. As best defense, Rahane, quick single taken, excellent partnership building between these two. There's still a long way to go as far as building partnerships and runs are concerned, as India are 84-3. Now let's read some from a classic novel, The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes, Arthur Conan Doyle. Colonel Ross, who had shown some signs of impatience at my companion's quiet and systematic method of work, glanced at his watch. I wish you would come back with me, Inspector, said he. There are several points on which I should like your advice, and
It's
especially as to
11:30.
whether we do not owe it to the public to remove our horse's name from the entries for the cup. As Anderson steams in to Rahane straight to point, no runs. Certainly not, cried Holmes with decision. I should let the name stand. The colonel bowed. I am very glad to have had your opinion, sir, said he. You will find us at poor Straker's house when you have finished your walk, and we can drive together into Tavistock. He turned back with the inspector while Holmes and I walked slowly across the moor as Anderson bowls down the lakeside. The sun was beginning to sink behind the stable of Mapleton, and the long sloping plain in front of us was tinged with gold, deepening into rich, ruddy browns, where the faded ferns and brambles caught the evening light. But the glories of the landscape were all wasted upon my companion, who was sunk in the deepest thought. Third ball of the 38th over, going at 2.1 runs per over as Anderson bowls. Rahane defends. It's this way, Watson, said he at last. We may leave the question of who killed John Straker for the instant and confine ourselves to finding out what has become of the horse. Now, supposing that he broke away during or after the tragedy, where could he have gone to? The horse is a very gregarious creature. If left to himself, his instincts would have been either to return to King's Pyland or go over to Mapleton. Why should he run wild upon the moor as the fourth ball of the over is bowled? Defends nicely. Why should he run wild upon the moor? He would surely have been seen by now, and why should gypsies kidnap him? These people always clear out when they hear of trouble, for they do not wish to be pestered by the police. They could not hope to sell such a horse. They would run a great risk and gain nothing by taking him. Surely that is clear, as the fifth ball of the over is bowled. This time edged, and is that a catch? And that's a catch. Good catch taken by Anderson, by Broad, and Anderson gets the wicket just before lunch, the fourth wicket of this innings. And Rahane, who was batting well, 27 or 45, doesn't look good batting, but he had brought some momentum into the match. He chases this one wide outside off sun, trying to guide the ball to third man, and Ben Stokes takes a good low catch at slips, which means the umpires will say, let's have some lunch at 11:30 in the morning. So Rohane goes, it's 4 for 80. So India in a bit of trouble at 4 for 80. And the players will depart for lunch at 11:30 a.m. in the morning. And this ends episode number 334 on the 5th of March 2021.
For more awesome content, tune into the next episode of the Weekly Show with Aditya.